So we've identified some profitability trends, and I'm really excited about this because there is an oversaturation in the market of a lot of different types of marketing. We see it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all these things. What do you see out there as just being oversaturated?
Well, it's oversaturation of the sameness. If someone does it, let me do it, and 10,000 people are doing the same.
Because they've sold it too. They sell the system on how to do it just like them.
Yeah, they say if he did it, $1 million in a week, let me do the same offer. They are like, it's the herd mentality. It's not changed. We've done this for thousands of years. Just right now, we're doing it more massively. Now, I don't know how many emails you receive with offers per day, but it's like, hey, you, and hi, you, and now the ultimate truth about how you can make $1 million in 5 minutes. And the next day, it's another thing like that. It's so much stuff that people are getting bored of that. I don't know. Are you getting bored? Do you like this?
It's the sensationalism.
Oh, I cannot even pronounce that word. I'm not even interested in that.
So, for instance, like you were talking about emails, and people are always getting like, what's the most sensationalized language that I can use to attract people? And what's happening by having more and more sensationalized language is getting them all grouped into this like kind of spammy email.
Right.
And somewhere in there, they may have been a kernel of truth of like how something worked for somebody, but they feel like they have to put so much flowery language in it just to sell it or get people to open an email that it seems so fake now. And people are so tired of fake. A while back, people were really interested in reality TV. It was almost like a documentary. You're living along with somebody in going through their journey with them.
Yeah, but then they found the truth.
Well, the truth is they started making reality TV more and more contrived and scripted and so forth. And people are still following it, but they know that it's not real. Most people do.
Yeah, it has not the same ratings. The sales went down.
Yeah, because if it's the truth, it's not sexy.
Yeah, well, that's what they think, but the future is going to be, the truth is going to be sexy. The truth is what's going to sell. Because we are lacking right now so many authentic messages that can really deliver transformation once again and results to people. Everybody's posting now, look at the great house I got, look at the great car. How many times can you keep doing that for people just to imagine that's it? It's like the old Cinderella story. People are waking up, people are smart, and I think that the market right now is forgetting that human beings are smart people, that we are serving people that think. And I cannot put an offer out there or do the same newsletter or the same email that everybody else doing. Right. I just can't. It's not because I could, but I'm choosing not to, because that will be going absolutely out of integrity with what I want to create in the world. And so I think that the future is thirsty. Instead of getting leads, they're thirsty for leaders. So a profitable trend is start aiming your messages to serve the leaders that are ready to be served by truth.
Yes, I agree. And I think you had said it before, so many people are talking about leads. Like, how many leads can I get? Can I get 100 leads a week or 100 leads a day? And I had one client, they said that they paid, it was like $500 for 2,500 leads that were just worthless. Yeah. And so a lead does not equal transformation in somebody's life. It doesn't mean that they're going to start their journey to becoming better. One of the things you said to me was like, I'm not interested in leads, I'm interested in lives.
Yes.
And leaders are who we're seeking.
Exactly. And leaders are who are seeking leaders that can lead them and that can take their message to the next level.
And leaders are not interested in the flowery language of the sensationalized stuff. They get it.
Exactly.
They're like, okay, let me sift through all this stuff. And after a while, what I've done is I just delete those emails and unsubscribe. And if you don't want to be unsubscribed to, one of the things I've been doing for months and months now is everything I put out there is like, are people getting value from this?
Yeah, you ask yourself, are they getting value? Yeah. Are they getting results? And people don't do that also because they think that if they only get one like. And you said something great. I said, well, it's only 200 likes. And you said, no, Yvonne, it's 200 people that watch your video. It's 200 people. And from those 200, if one can transform their lives, they are going to impact 10 and then the 1,000 people. So I think a profitable trend right now is to be open to do things differently. And also what is going to bring a lot of like more sales, more business, and more transformation, it's also being open for feedback. Have you noticed how this trend of doing like everyone else is doing, putting 10,000 new offers right there to promise. It's like to promise the new land that will save them. It's like you said something like followers are looking for saviors.
Yeah.
Leaders are looking for transformators.
Yeah.
So when we put our message out there, we create trends that are profitable in a way that is truthful. And so receiving feedback, what do you think of that? I think feedback is a tremendous resource for creating profitable future businesses.
Absolutely. Feedback can be difficult to take. And
For
I know
some.
Well, it's just because it's if people are really honest with you, you're hoping that they've enjoyed their experience working with you,
Yes.
or that your message is out in the marketplace, and if you're missing the mark, sometimes you feel down on yourself.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to remove yourself from judgment and just take a look at it. It's like, what is the product I've created, and is that meeting the standard that I want to see in the market, what people are expecting? And that's the thing. So sometimes removing yourself and then taking that constructive criticism. I really like what you did, is you said, whatever that constructive criticism is, take that into creating.
You can create your
products.
products. You can create new programs. You can see what type of clients you want to serve, what type of clients you don't want to serve. It's all feedback is feed forward. This is something I learned from one of my teachers. He said, "There's no feedback. If you take that feedback, it's going to be taking it personal. If you take it back, if you take it like an attack, it's not personal. Again, it's something that someone is saying that can be profitable for you. Why? You can get your frequently asked questions from there. You can get the right, the structure of how you want to place an offer, and you can create new products. And actually, you can stop trying to serve someone with a product that is not going to serve them.
Right.
You can develop your business in a way that serves people's needs. It's an incredible resource. So the trend of profits is going to change. It's going to be honest. It's going to be about truth, about authenticity, and about serving leaders, not getting followers, not getting the 1,000 likes, but actually create messages that propel evolution and profits forward.
Well, I think one of the things is when people are selling their premium services, or some people call it high ticket services, it's you're serving people at your highest level, and you're attracting people with your communication that are at the highest level, saying, I'm looking to partner with someone to get to this goal. I'm 90% of the way there.
Yes.
I'm looking for someone to help me bridge that little gap. You're not looking for people who don't know who they are,
Yes.
are confused, and are looking for a savior.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, great, you're the savior. You're going to save me. You're going to make me successful, rich, or famous.
Exactly. No, because now leaders that come to be served by people that can offer them that level that you are saying right now, like we do. We work with great people that are not longer looking just to be working alone. You just set a trend in the future, which is partnerships that matter, partnerships that create something not only for us right now, but for our future generations and for the future of our businesses. If we think for our business only now, what sale can we do today? We are actually not creating a profitable business right there. So this is, if you think trendy wise, removing yourself from what everyone else is doing is going to actually give you leverage, a lot of leverage.
One of the things I've done is I've opted out of what people call my competitors or people in the market. I listen to my clients.
Yeah.
I listen to myself and what my goal is and where I'm going with my business and how we're evolving. And I created something completely different. And I love it because I'm a pioneer. I love adventure. And I think that people need to step away from the herd, and a leader is going to sometimes be very different and counter to the culture, counter to your market, and you're going to stand out so much more than being a part of the herd and trying to be more and more flowery with your language and more having to just put a bunch of stuff out there that doesn't represent you but represents what your competition is doing.
Yeah, well, and you just said something. You said, I listen to myself. So the most profitable trend of the future is going to be actually being you. Yeah. Being you, listening to you, being the authentic you, partnering with people that have like those same values to create profitable offers that create results for others, that create win-win scenarios for yourself, for your client, because the people that come to pay you they're choosing you to serve them. So when you listen to that self of yours, I think that's incredible, because that's what's going to create more profits. That's what's going to bring more leads,
Yeah.
again, and naturally and effortless, and is going to remove stress. And without stress, you really can create profits.
So what actions can people take?
I
from
think
all
that,
this we talked about?
from listening to this, for a week, I would, and I think it will serve you too if you try it, is to find a partner or find someone that you trust to give you feedback. We said feedback is going to be super profitable. I have built many of my products and my programs and even books from what people will think is criticism. I take it or I turn it around, or I do it in my favor, or frequently ask questions. It saves me a lot of time to be willing to listen to the feedback others have to offer. And it saves also, it creates my marriage better. It creates my parenting skills better. When I listen to the feedback, even from my own children, they have a lot of feedback. If you want a good resource of feedback, go to children and ask them what they think. But for this week, find a friend or find someone you trust and tell them, tell me, how is my performance? When you see me post on Facebook, when you see me post on Instagram, what do you feel? What do you see? Ask for feedback and remove the fear. People are entitled to have their own opinion. And if you have a challenge with that, just take a pause, breathe it, meditate it, shake it off. And if it's hard for you to take feedback in, imagine that they are giving the feedback for another person. Ask in a third person question, like, what do you think of, if your name is Rose, my name is Yvonne, his name is Matthew, what do you think of Matthew when he's posting? Ask of yourself as a third person from your friends, and get that feedback, writing down, and think in a week, what can you do differently? How can you attract people better? What can you say that it's meaningful, that is valuable, and that can create more profits? And profits are not only money. Profits are happiness, are peace of mind, and things that when you go to bed at night, you will be able to peacefully sleep.
I agree 100%. And one of the things that really helped me, because I was one of those people who was, when people would give me criticism or feedback, I took it personally.
Yeah.
And it was, sometimes it's hard to deal with. And so what I found for me is when people give me feedback, to just keep the movement and not let it stop at me. It's like, great, what am I going to do with this? And so we changed our programs. We changed our communication. We did a frequently asked questions. So it wasn't just sitting on me. We did something about it immediately. And we come back to the client and say, here's what we did.
Yeah. So that's how the exercise is going to help you just start that process, and really is going to build your emotional resilience muscle, where really profits can come. Because one of the things that could hinder this is that profits come, but if you are not emotional resilient and you don't take feedback, which is one of the most profitable trends that is coming in the future, is that you will self-sabotage those profits. You will self-sabotage your marriage, you will self-sabotage your parenting, and you will make sure that you lose everything that was profitable and that is actually here to help you serve, help you create, and help you serve others create better results.